So here I am with the frosting. We're going to begin with our peach color, and I'm going to start with chain 15. So I'm going to do a slip knot, and chain 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Then after that I'm going to do a chain 1 and work the next row. For the next row we will skip our chain 1 and we will work in the next stitch. For the next stitch we will do an increase, so that's 2 stitches into the stitch. After we do our increase we will do 1 single crochet in the next 12 stitches. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You will have 2 stitches remaining. For the last 2 stitches we will insert a hook into the first one, pull loop through. Insert a hook into the next one, pull a loop through. 3 loops on hook. Then we're going to take our pink yarn and then pull it through all 3 loops. Then we're going to chain 1, and turn. For row 3, we're going to insert our hook into the first peach and pull loop through. Insert our hook into the next peach and pull loop through into the back loops. Okay, so not through both 2 loops, just the back one. Yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. Then we're going to do in the next stitch, in the back loop, a single crochet. And in the back loop, a single crochet. And we're going to do that in the remaining stitches until we reach our final stitch. So our final stitch will be our 14th stitch. In this final stitch, we will do an increase. So insert your hook into the back loop, pull loop through, complete a single crochet, and do 1 more single crochet into that same stitch for an increase. So now you have a total of 15 stitches. To finish this round, we will chain 1 and turn. Do not cut your pink yarn. For round 4, we will do a single crochets like normal. We will do it in both loops, the front and the back, not just the back like the previous row. So this chain 1 does not count as a stitch. We're going to ignore that. In the next single crochet, we will do an increase. So 2 single crochets into that, into both loops. Then the next single crochet, we will do a single crochet. And the next one, a single crochet. And we'll keep doing single crochets all the way until the last 2 stitches. So here we are, we have 14 stitches plus the last 2 stitches remaining. In the last 2 stitches we will pull a loop through in each. So insert your hook, pull a loop through, and in the second stitch insert your hook, pull a loop through. You have 3 loops on hook. We're going to take our peach yarn and pull it through all 3 loops, like this. And then we're going to chain 1 and turn. So for the next row, we're going to repeat row 3. So for row 3, what we did is the chain 1 we ignored. Insert your hook into the back loop of the first stitch and yarn over and pull a loop through. Insert your hook into the back loop of the next stitch, yarn over, pull loop through, 3 loops on hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. So then we're going to single crochet into the remaining stitches in the back loops all the way to the end until the final stitch. So here I am at the final stitch. You should have 13, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, plus the final stitch. So in our final stitch, we're going to do an increase into the back loop. And that'll give us a total of 15 stitches. Now we're going to chain 1 and turn. Now we're going to repeat row 4. For row 4, the chain 1 does not count as a stitch. We're going to ignore that. We're going to work into the next stitch. We're going to go back to regular. We're going to insert a hook into both the front and the back loops like normal and do an increase into the next stitch. Now, in the remaining stitches, we're going to do a single crochet, once again into both the front and the back loops like a normal stitch. We're going to do that all the way to the end. Okay, so here we are. We've done it to the end. We have our last 2 stitches remaining. In the last 2 stitches, we will insert a hook into the first stitch, pull loop through, insert a hook into the second stitch, pull loop through, 3 loops on hook. Now we're going to take our pink yarn over and pull through all 3 loops, and then we're going to chain 1 and turn. And then we're going to repeat row 3 and 4 again. Okay, so at the end you should have now 15 stitches plus our chain 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 plus our chain 1. So you're going to continue repeating rows 3 and 4. So you want to make a total of 24 rows. Okay, so a row meaning a color. So each color is made into 2 parts. Section 3, section 4 makes a color. So we want 24 colors. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 colors so far. We need a total of 24. Okay, I will meet you at the end. And when you finish on your last color, it should be the opposite of the first color. So our first color is the peach. So we should end in a pink because we're going to attach it together at the end. Okay? Okay, so here's what my piece looks like now. I have a total of 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24. Okay, and when you put it like this, it'll be like that. So now we're going to sew the 2 sides together. So we want the pink to overlap a bit onto the peach like we have the rest of the pattern. They overlap one another. So when we put it together, we want it to overlap. So you're going to take your yarn needle, and I'm attaching it to the end that I just finished right here. This is the 24th one, the last one. Here's my yarn needle. I'm going to match it up. Now through the pink, I'm just going to stick my yarn needle through the front loop, the one facing us. Okay, all throughout. On the peach one, I'm going to stick it through both loops. Okay, all throughout. And that's going to give us the overlap. So take the pink, stick it through the front. Okay. Take the peach and then stick it through the back. And pull it through. Then I'm going to go from underneath, stick it through the peach, and then through the pink, the front loop. Then through the pink, the front loop, and then down in the peach, both loops. then up through the peach, the next one, and into the pink, the next one, the front loop. Okay, and that's going to give us our overlap, and we're going to do it all the way to the end, and I will meet you there. Now we're going to take this and we're going to attach it to the body. So the way we're going to do that is we have two sides. We've got this side and we've got this side. This one that looks like this is going to be into the body like that. Okay, so we're going to take the tail that we had. We're going to attach it to our needle. And then we're going to line it up. So here we have the insides, the inside stitches. We're going to sew through there. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to line it up with the first one here. And I'm just going to sew it through. And then I'm just going to make sure that it's lined up, take a spot. So the spot you want on the frosting is as low as possible as you can. Because if you get it too high, like up here, it'll show when the seam will show when you flip it over. So you want it as low as possible to the one that's matching. So when you sew it, you want to try to avoid these bigger loops on the frosting right here, because those are going to create bigger gaps. You want to try and get the stitch that's next to it, but at the same time, the very bottom stitch. Okay? The bottom stitch, because if you get it too high, you're going to see the thread when you fold it over. Okay, so you just want to poke through and then down the stitch there. Line it up. Poke through and then down the stitch. Okay? Like that. So we're going to keep doing that all the way around, and that's going to attach the frosting to the base. I will meet you there. Okay, so here's what our piece looks like right now. Alright, and I stuffed it already. So you don't want to stuff it all the way because you want to leave some room, because we're going to close this up. So you're going to take your longest tail that you have here of the frosting and attach it to your needle. Then all you're going to do is go in and out. And pull. See, when you pull, it's going to close it up. So at this point, you can insert more stuffing before we repeat again, and keep repeating your in and outs until the entire thing is closed off. Then we're just going to sew it through to close it off.